Religious leaders have urged Azimio leader Raila Odinga to call off the 3-day anti-government protest set to start on Wednesday, saying efforts to engage both sides will soon bear fruits. The leaders have also called on President William Ruto to reach out to the opposition to forestall political consequences as a result of the standoff between the government and the opposition. They reiterated that Azimio Chief Raila Odinga should seek other avenues of addressing other issues that he has. Rosongoi has the details.
The leaders drawn from, among others, the National Council of Churches of Kenya, NCCK, the Kenya Conference of Catholic Bishops, the Supreme Council of Kenya Muslim SUPKEM, and the Hindu Council of Kenya are calling on President William Ruto and Azimio leader Raila Odinga to seek dialogue and resolve the standoff. The Interreligious Council of Kenya said they are ready to mediate and end the weekly anti-government demonstrations.
We commend and appreciate both parties for expressing their willingness to engage in dialogue, demonstrating their commitment to the welfare of our fellow citizens.
We're engaging both sides. We're trying to find which is the best way to bring the two teams together without anybody losing face, that both of them are equal partners in terms of negotiating for the peace and security and economy of this country. So we are building that environment. It's continuing. We can assure you it's there. It's going on. And by the time we get, what do they call it, the white smoke, then we are going to release it to you.
On the mass-planned anti-government protest, the leaders pleaded with the Azimio leader to call off the 3-day planned demos and embrace dialogue instead.
After having consulted, we felt it is in the interest of the nation and the security of every Kenyan that this demonstration should be called off. At the same time, we are saying it is the right of the people who have called these demonstrations to be given the opportunity to sit down with the other side and we find a peaceful way to address those issues.
We believe that peaceful dialogue is the most effective means of resolving any crisis, and it is through this channel that we can create lasting solutions and foster understanding among all Kenyans.
They said the country was facing way too many problems to compound them with the risk of violence.
In the last one, we lost 23 people. Several were injured. So we don't want a continuity of that. We don't want to apportion blame. If we are going to close down our economy for 3 days, that is just going to make things much more difficult for Kenyans. A lot of Kenyans are people who live on a day-to-day basis. So it's absolutely important that we let the economy continue.
The religious leaders have also expressed concerns of police brutality meted on demonstrators during the protest.
We have pleaded that police, of course, have got all the right to defend and protect the citizens and stop any looting. However, but they don't necessarily need to tear gas when they don't have to.
The clerics have called on Kenyans to uphold peace and refuse to be lured into the politics of confrontation, violence, looting and destruction of property in the name of seeking justice. Rosongoi, NTV.